Page 1, we're going to attach a chipboard piece to make the swing closure like this. So the first thing you need to do is take your chipboard piece and lay it over it so that you can mark the placement right there with there. Now you don't want to punch through both thicknesses, you only want one. So what I'm going to do is take my piercing mat and place it underneath, open this completely up so you only have one thickness, and rather than punching, I'm just going to, punching with a hole punch, I'm just going to make a hole with my brad piercer here for the brad. And so that's how we're going to attach that. Now I'm going to go ahead and paper that, and then I will show you putting the chipboard piece on. So I have papered the two front panels, and then I took my piercing tool, and where I had the hole on the inside, I went ahead and pierced it through the printed paper so that I can attach my chipboard piece. Next I have taken a brad, a pretty heavy good sized brad, but the prongs were too long, so I used my Tim Holtz scissors and cut those off. I thought about inking the back of this, but I don't like how it looks with the chipboard, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my chipboard piece onto a piece of the scrap of decorative paper, because we do need to cover this back and we need to cover the one brad. So I'm going to flip this over. I think I want that side. Let's see here. So I'm just going to fit this on here, side to side here. And then we're going to let that dry. I got a little ink on my chipboard, but I'm going to add some stuff to it, so it'll be okay. Let this dry, and then we're going to take our craft knife and we're going to cut away some of the shape. So since I need to probably put my head in there to really get that in there, I may have to turn the camera off, so we'll see. You just trace along the edge very carefully of your chipboard so that you can cut this edge, and then you will sand that off. So I'm going to cut all the edges off, and then I'll show you how to put it on. Cut that out, and then I sanded the edges just lightly with my sander along the edges here where there's any rough edges from the knife. And then I'm going to take some of the distress ink, the old paper distress ink, and I'm just going to distress the edges of this chipboard, especially on the part that will show. Okay, so just ink that up. Okay, now we need to poke a hole for this other brad here. I'm just going to use my piercing tool there. And now we're ready to attach our chipboard piece. So get your other brad, and these are really long metallic looking, vintage looking brads. So open up your flap and insert the brad prongs into the hole. Make sure you catch it on the other side and pull it through, and then just open those up. So now this piece is attached like that. It doesn't hold it down quite as heavy as I would have liked. If you don't like that, you could add a magnet piece. You see, it just keeps this part from flapping up, and then you can turn it and open it that way. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera and paper the rest of the inside. Okay, I decided I didn't like this where it doesn't lay down totally. I want that to lay down. So I'm going to take a magnet, and if I had thought of this before, we could have put it under this paper and this paper, but I'm going to go ahead and do something creative. Now, mine is going to be showing the magnet. I want you to put your magnet piece under your paper before you actually glue it on and cut it out. So I'm going to peel this off, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to mine because I do want it to stay. I think the glue will hold it. So we're going to put a little dab of glue in the center, and then I'm going to center this right there. So I'm going to have a magnet piece showing on mine. But that's okay, I can live with that. I'd rather have that than it not, you know, holding it down. Okay, I lift this piece up with undo and then put the magnet immediately under that where it belongs, and then reattached it. So this closure now works the way I wanted it to. So it still can be swung down if you wanted it to, and then swing back up and then lock it down with the magnet. So I like that a whole lot better. So now I'm ready to go ahead and paper the inside, and I'll be back the next closure that I have to share with you.